Hello and welcome to Connect, a podcast by the Holdrege Area Chamber of Commerce. My name is Adam Hernandez and I'm the host of the Connect podcast. I'm really excited. This is the first episode of 2025, so I hope you're as excited as I am to jump into the new year. 2024 was so much for us here at the Chamber. We had a heck of a year, to be honest, and if you are wondering about all the things that we had our hands in over the year of 2024, head over to our Facebook. We posted an end of the year review right before the new year and just went into detail about some of the fun things that we were involved in this year with the Iron Horse Festival. As you can see, I'm wearing my merchandise today, but also past events. We were very involved as far as economic advocacy in Phelps County. And so definitely go check that out. That leads me into what we're going to talk about today. I want to take some of the questions that our community has and even some questions I've heard just in passing with businesses and business owners about the Chamber. So today we're going to myth bust the Chamber. Let's get right into it. What does a chamber do? Well, this question's kind of broad. All chambers are different. There's chambers that are a lot bigger than ours. There are chambers that are a lot smaller than ours, and all chambers handle different things differently. So this is a pretty broad question, but in general, chambers advocate for their businesses. That's the main goal of a chamber, is to advocate for its members. Chambers organize events. They organize economic development and help promote economic development, and they help connect businesses. I can't tell you how many cool partnerships have happened really just in my first year here at the Chamber that have led to cool things happening. The main goal of a chamber is to benefit the members of the community. And so there's a few ways that chambers can do that. Chambers, a lot of chambers you'll see be involved in events, stuff like Swedish Days and Winterfest. And us too, obviously. We love that part of it. The events help to bring people to our community that help spend dollars here. And as you know, every dollar spent in our community is helping to pay even beyond that sale. So that's very important to us here, especially at the Holdrege Chamber. But it's not just events. You'll hear a lot about the Spark gift card here in the next year, if you haven't already, which is a replacement for our chamber checks. But the more important detail of those Spark gift cards is that they have to be spent in the community. There's no way to take them outside of the community. They're a closed loop card. So it really does promote spending dollars here. I know parents that are giving Spark gift cards for allowances to their children so that their children can spend that locally. It's a really good idea, and it's a really good way to keep all of our dollars local. Is the Holdrege Chamber a part of the city? Is the Holdrege Chamber a part of the county? Or is the Holdrege Chamber part of Phelps County Development Corporation? And the answer is no, none of them. The Chamber is a separate entity. We are a member-run business league, and all that means is that our goal is to help businesses be better businesses and benefit from being a part of our membership. And with that, we collaborate with a lot of organizations, including the city, the county, and PCDC, Phelps County Development Corporation, among others. I mean, we collaborate with almost every business in the community, just about every business, to help bring people to our community and help the people in our community have a good time and also thrive. Do tax dollars support the Holdrege Chamber? Absolutely not. We are entirely funded by our members. We are a business league. And so our members pay dues to be a part of the business league, be a part of our membership, and that's how we're funded. A lot of times people confuse us with government organizations such as the city or the county, in which tax dollars have a big impact on that. We are not. Why would a business want to join the chamber? Well, there's a lot. There's a lot of benefits to joining a chamber. You get access to exclusive opportunities, you get ribbon cuttings, you access to sponsorship opportunities and promotional events that non-members don't have access to. Marketing assistance, so if you need help with your social media, we offer e-blasts, you're listed on our directory, and also just being on the chamber website a lot of times boosts your visibility on Google. So we have a really well-performing website on Google search engine. So when you Google business type Holdrege, we're usually one of the first to come up, if not the first. So that's a big benefit in itself. You actually get access to educational resources and professional development as well. We're currently working on a couple of programs that business owners and future leaders will be able to join. So stay tuned on more things along those lines. You have access to be part of the cool stuff that we run, like our level ups and being on the Connect podcast, and just all of the fun moving parts that we have here at the Chamber. You get a chance to be involved in that. And also just being a part of a collaborative network. There's a lot of local business here, a lot of cool things happening, and being in the mix of that is very valuable. What's the value of the Chamber for small businesses? Small businesses oftentimes are not focused on. They aren't tailored to. And I think that that's one benefit for small businesses joining any chamber is you get tailored support for your small business in order to expand your reach and visibility. But also those same access to events and campaigns that drive that local consumer spending, being a person who can accept the Spark card, and along with all of the other benefits we've mentioned before. And most of these questions I'm pulling from our social media, but I did have a couple of questions emailed in. And one of those is, how does the Chamber actually help the local economy? So there's a few parts to this, but we've talked about the Spark card a little bit. The Spark gift card is a closed-looped program where you would get a card, a physical, almost like a debit or a credit card, and you can spend that at local participating businesses. So that's all just encompassing that local spending. You're not able to take those on Amazon or outside of this community. It's spent here, so those dollars stay here and then they're reinvested back into our community. The Chamber doesn't actually profit from the Spark card, but we absorb costs. It keeps the money local and we think that that's important, but for every card generated, we actually pay a fee. And there's no kickback. There's no type of any money coming to the Chamber. That's really just a benefit for our community, and we love to look at it that way. For those that were watching, we just gave away $5,000 in Spark gift cards for the Holdrege for the Holidays retail program, the stamping program. But also during that time, over $500 of old Chamber checks was turned in for Spark cards. And so as the year progresses, we're going to see a lot more of these Spark cards, and we'll be able to track the spending with those Spark cards in a way that we weren't able to with Chamber checks before. So we're very excited for that program. Why are Chamber events important for businesses? Chamber events of all kinds. We've got festivals, but we've also got our networking events, winter festivals, Swedish days, ribbon cuttings. What are the purpose for a business owner for these events? Well, they bring visibility to members and they provide platforms for customer engagement. But also they're a great way for you to have your face seen. A lot of times the collaborations that we see actually come from these network events. They would not have happened outside of these networking events just because they didn't have a chance outside of those events to talk about those collaboration projects. And also there's sponsorship opportunities in all aspects, especially with Winterfest and Swedish Days, but Level Up is a great way to show that you know something that the other members of the Chamber can actually benefit from. And that sets you apart from the rest of your colleagues or people in your industry as a professional. Why doesn't the Chamber bring in national brands? So just recently we had a post on our Facebook get 200 or 300 comments in relation to what business people think Holdrege could benefit from. And one of the most commented types of business was big retail. And I think it's important for two things. One, I think it's important for people to understand that the Chamber does not bring business to town. We are not associated with any zoning like the city or the county. We're not associated with economic development or trying to, we've not reached out to a Walmart to bring them to our community at all in any sense. But I think it's important to also mention that if a big chain was to come to Holdrege, we would want them to be members. We would want them to help invest back into this community as a national brand, because there's only benefit that come from that. So no, we don't bring in national chains. And I think it's important to also highlight that we focus on creating opportunities for the local entrepreneurs here and supporting the local business. But we actually don't bring in business and we don't push away business. We're open for Phelps County to be thriving. And if a big business and a big corporation was to move here, that means more jobs, that means more money in our community. We want to make sure that Phelps County does continue to benefit from growth and continue to thrive. I want to thank the community for one, continuing to stay engaged, not only in person and at events, but our Facebook has been a very valuable resource for us to talk to the community. And so I want to thank everyone who took the time to comment and send us questions and continues to be engaged with the chamber. I just want to say thank you. We can't continue to thrive and grow without the community and without the community support. So I wanted to say thank you for that. If you have any more questions, make sure you send them in. We're going to have more of these myth busting the chamber episodes on the Connect podcast in 2025. But I do want to remind you to subscribe, to follow the chamber on social media. We're on all social media platforms right now. We're going to be focusing a lot on LinkedIn, TikTok, and Facebook and Instagram like we have been this last year. But make sure that you guys follow us on your favorite platform. That way you keep up with what we got going on. And I just want to say one more time to if you don't know about the Spark gift card here at the Holdrege Chamber, reach out, ask questions. We'd love to answer them. This is a gift that's going to continue to give through our community and keep our community thriving. With that being said, I hope you have a wonderful week and I can't wait to see you next week.